This video will change it all, and you'll never be the same. Reprogram your mind with this video. The last part of this video holds the life-changing truth you need to hear. Right now, as you watch this, you're on the verge of something massive. Picture yourself waking up tomorrow with a new mindset. No hesitation, no doubt, just relentless focus. It's all possible with this video. This isn't fantasy, this is real. While the world sleeps, you're reprogramming your mind at the deepest level. Tomorrow, you'll wake up stronger, more confident, and driven like never before. There's one word that unlocks the power inside you, one key to transforming everything. Once you hear it, nothing will be the same. Don't wait. This is the video that changes everything. Are you ready for it?
Mind and body, your entire day, coherent heart. Soon as energy reaches the heart, we've done thousands of studies on this, it's going straight to the brain. The heart starts to inform the brain that it's safe to create. At the exact same time, the heart begins to produce an external magnetic field. You got a Wi-Fi signal now. You start feeling connected. You start feeling more whole. The brain is coherent. It's directing a very clear vision of what it wants. Combine that clear intention with an elevated emotion, you have a different Wi-Fi signal. You have a different energy. Now, the cool part about that is you start to see those synchronicities, those coincidences, those opportunities start showing up in your life, and you're not going anywhere to get them. They're actually coming to you.
Please engage with this video by liking, commenting, and sharing. Subscribe to stay updated. For more amazing content, check out our next.
Good morning, and welcome to this transformative morning meditation. Today I am going to teach you how to feel abundant before you are wealthy. I want you to first condition your mind to feel gratitude. Practice gratitude for what you are yet to have. It raises your vibration to the frequency of your desire in the quantum field. Today, we will condition our awareness with the emotions of the future. For this, we are going to begin by training our minds. Our thoughts produce emotions that are stored within our physical body. So as we change the hard wiring in our minds, we install new circuitry for your new future. Today's meditation is a technique to emotionally condition your body to how the future would feel before it happened.
Let us begin by finding a comfortable sitting position with your spine straight. Close your eyes. Now let us take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in and breathe out slowly. Feel the energy as it moves through every cell in your body, revitalizing and rejuvenating. Allow any areas of tension or discomfort to dissolve in the soothing embrace of this divine light. You are now connected to the universal field of consciousness. Tapping into the infinite possibilities that lie within in this moment. Set an intention for your day. What do you wish to create? What qualities do you want to embody? Whether it's peace, abundance, or joy. Envision yourself living that reality. Feel it and believe with every fiber of your being. As you bask in the warmth of gratitude. Let's take a moment to forgive. Release any resentments or grievances that may be weighing on your heart. From the burden of carrying negative emotions. You are a powerful creator. And as you move through your day, remember that your thoughts and emotions shaped your reality. I want you to bring your awareness to the endless potential available in the quantum field. There is a potential for health, joy, abundance, peace, and fulfillment already there for you to tap into. I want you to now imagine a new reality. What would you want to feel? Do you want to feel abundant or fulfilled? Now, I want you to believe this to be your actual reality. I want you to begin conditioning your mind that you are already experiencing this feeling. Let your mind become aware that in the quantum field, there is potential for you to live in abundance, joy, health, and fulfillment. As you emotionally experience this feeling, you are bringing your future closer towards you. Take another deep breath and slow breath. Inhale through your nostrils. Stay present with the breath as it fills up your lungs. Hold it in and draw it all the way to the top of your head. Now I want you to bring your awareness to the potential of abundance already present in the quantum field. I want you to emotionally condition your body and mind to perceive abundance as your new reality. Allow your mind and body to free itself from thoughts and feelings of lack and scarcity. I want you to teach your mind and body what the actual feeling of abundance is like. What does it feel like to be abundant, where you do not experience lack and get all your needs met? So I want you to instruct your mind to feel these future emotions ahead of time, as you begin to feel free the mind. Will signal the feeling of abundance to your entire body. Now your mind is brainwashed into thinking this is happening in the present moment. And slowly relax. Stay present with the feeling of abundance. Tell your mind that it is already happening. Bring your awareness to the potential to be healthy. I want your entire being to become aware that this potential already exists in the quantum field. As we tap into this potential, I want you to imagine being whole and healthy. The feeling of vitality and strength when you are free from all illnesses and negative thought patterns. Let your entire being feel this potential ahead of the event. As you inhale, let health and wholeness become your new reality. Relax. Now take another deep breath in through your nostrils exhale slowly. Bring your awareness to the potential of fulfillment in the quantum field. Now I want you to imagine what it would feel like to be fulfilled. The feeling of loving yourself and what you do. Now instruct that feeling to your entire being. Let your mind and body begin experiencing fulfillment ahead of the event. Now breathe in slowly. And now exhale through your mouth. Accepting this feeling as your new reality. Now, I want you to take one last inhale. And exhale through the mouth. I want you to believe that you have been heard and answered. Now you exist in a future without obstacles. You are now free from all limitations. I want you to now memorize this feeling and carry it with you throughout the day. Remember that this energy is available for you to tap into as long as you need to. Now breathe in. And out slowly. When you are ready, you can open your eyes.
I'm your host, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Let's begin. This meditation is about the thoughts that we tell ourselves, and to help you become conscious of certain thoughts and certain states of mind and body that cause you to feel certain ways, and to bring you back to those thoughts you do want to think, and to help you with the right type of thinking, which leads to the right type of choices and behaviors, which creates the experiences that make you feel equal to who you really are. I hope you enjoy it.
Sit up straight. Eyes closed. Take a breath. And breathe in the power of love. And breathe out any limitation within you. Breathe in life. Breathe out fear. And in this infinite black space behind your eyes, in space, become aware of the vastness of space. Way out. Beyond you. How deep does it go? How wide is eternity? How high is this blackness before you? It's all around you. Become aware that it's behind you. And on both sides of you. Become aware that you're aware. In this infinite vast space. And as nobody, no one, in nothing, in nowhere,
And in no time, as pure consciousness, become aware in this infinite void that you're inside the center of the earth. Become aware that you're aware inside a sphere and sense it all around you. In this eternal, vast space. And now it's time to raise your energy. And radiate this feeling of love in the space within its center in space. And to give life to life of our mother. Feel it. Experience it. Become aware of it. It's all around you. Stay present with it. And in care, in love, in joy, let your energy carry the thought, the intent, that your love heal this sacred place and that everything in it and on it. Be altered by your energy. Feel it. Become more aware of it. There is a way to your destiny that is unpredictable, that's driven by the profound energy of your emotion. Make your body believe it. Make your body believe it because it feels it and believes it's in the experience emotionally. Now take one breath and draw it all the way up to the top of your head. And as you hold it there, I want this new energy to fill your being. And when I ask you to exhale, I want you to surrender this energy into the unknown. And exhale. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Your brain is rewiring itself right now. As you listen to these words, billions of neurons are firing in new patterns, forming connections that have never existed before in the history of the universe. This isn't just beautiful, it's revolutionary because it means you're not stuck being who you were yesterday. Here's what scientists discovered. Every time you learn something new, every time you think a different thought, your brain physically changes. It's called neuroplasticity, and it's happening in your head right this second. But here's the mind-blowing part. You can direct this change. You can be the architect of your own brain's evolution. Most people wake up every morning running the same programs, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions. They're living in the past, letting their old wiring control their future. But you're different. You're here because something inside you knows there's more. You feel it in your cells, in your heart, in your soul. 2025 isn't just another year. It's your quantum leap. While others are scattered, chasing external validation, comparing themselves on social media, getting lost in the noise of the world, you're going to do something radical. You're going to focus entirely on yourself. Not from ego, not from selfishness, but from understanding a fundamental truth. Transformation starts within. When you change your internal state, your external world has no choice but to change with it. That's not philosophy, that's physics. The quantum field responds to who you're being, not what you're doing. And when you learn to tap into this field while maintaining an unwavering focus on your own growth, you become a creator of reality rather than a victim of circumstances. This is where science meets possibility, where biology meets destiny. This is where you step into your power and begin the most important relationship you'll ever have, the relationship with yourself.
Look around you. Right now, millions of people are scrolling through their phones, comparing their lives to carefully curated highlights of others. Every scroll, every comparison, every moment of I'm not enough triggers a cascade of stress hormones in their bodies. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real threat and the perceived threat of not measuring up on social media. It's all the same to your biology. Let me tell you what's happening in your body when you live this way. Every time you check your likes, your followers, your comments, waiting for validation, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. These are survival chemicals. They were meant for running from predators, not running your daily life. But that's exactly what's happening to most people. They're living in constant survival mode. Think about it. When you're constantly focused outside yourself, wondering what others think, trying to meet their expectations, your body is producing the same chemicals it would produce if you were in actual danger. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, your immune system weakens. You're literally wearing down your body's systems by living in reaction to the external world. This creates a biological addiction. Your cells become addicted to these stress hormones. Just like a drug addict needs their next fix, your body starts craving the very chemicals that are keeping you stuck. You wake up and the first thing you do is reach for your phone, seeking that hit of dopamine from social media. You end your day the same way. It's a cycle that keeps you bound to the past, this neural pathway, to the negative that's happening to you rather than for you. But here's what most people don't understand. This addiction to other people's approval isn't just psychological. It's written into your biology. Every time you seek validation from outside yourself, you're reinforcing neural networks that keep you dependent on external circumstances for your well-being. You're training your brain to need something outside of you to feel whole. The real breakthrough comes when you realize that this external focus is nothing more than a pattern, and patterns can be broken. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's happening in your environment and what's happening in your mind. This means you have the power to create new patterns, new neural networks, new ways of being, without needing anything or anyone outside of yourself. Okay, Mal, I've never heard this before, and it's, and I've really breaking free from the addiction to other people's approval isn't just about willpower. You're creating new neural pathways. You're creating new protection. You're creating new neural pathways. You're breaking free from the style in which you've been conditioned to feel worthy. If you communicate with yourself, the old self that needed constant approval, constant validation, constant comparison to feel worthy, the moment you decide to stop living in survival mode, to stop letting the outside world determine your internal state, something miraculous happens. You start living in creation mode. This is where real transformation begins. Let me share something fascinating that scientists discovered in labs at, Harvard, Wisconsin, and universities worldwide. When people meditate, focusing deeply on themselves, their brains don't just relax, they physically change. Brain scans show new connections forming in real time. This isn't theory, it's measurable, observable change happening right in the structure of your brain. Here's what happens when you sustain attention on yourself. Your frontal lobe, the part of your brain responsible for focused thought and planning your future, lights up like a Christmas tree. But it's not just lighting up, it's sending signals to rewire other parts of your brain. The more you maintain this focus, the stronger these connections become. Just like building a muscle, every time you direct attention inward, you strengthen these neural pathways. Most people's brains are wired to constantly scan the environment for problems. It's an old survival program running in your head. But when you learn to sustain attention on yourself, something remarkable happens. The parts of your brain associated with stress and survival start to quiet down. The analytical mind, always trying to predict the future based on the past, begins to settle. This is where quantum possibilities come into play. In quantum physics, particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until they're observed. Your life works the same way. When you're caught up in old emotional patterns, running on autopilot, you collapse all those quantum possibilities into the same reality you've always known. But when you learn to focus on yourself, to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting caught in them, you open the door to infinite possibilities. Let's talk about emotional patterns. Every emotion you experience creates a cascade of biochemical reactions in your body. When you feel anxiety, depression, fear, these aren't just feelings. They're chemical states, and your cells become addicted to these chemicals. This is why people keep recreating the same emotional experiences over and over. Their bodies are literally craving those familiar chemicals. But here's the breakthrough. When you learn to sustain attention on yourself through meditation and self-focus, you start breaking these emotional addictions. You're no longer at the mercy of your body's chemical cravings. Instead, you're training your brain and body to create new, elevated emotional states. Research shows that after just 8 weeks of consistent meditation and self-focus, people's brains show significant changes. The areas associated with self-awareness grow larger. The regions linked to stress and emotional reactivity shrink. Your brain literally rebuilds itself based on where you place your attention. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about fundamentally changing who you are at a biological level. Every time you sit down to meditate, every time you choose to focus on yourself instead of external circumstances, you're not just having a nice moment of peace. You're literally reshaping your brain's architecture. Think about that. By focusing on yourself, by learning to sustain attention on your inner world, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing the physical structure of your brain. You're breaking free from the biological prison of past emotional patterns. You're stepping into the quantum field where all possibilities exist. This is why self-focus is so powerful. It's not just a mental exercise, it's a biological transformation. When you understand this, when you really get that every moment of sustained attention is physically rebuilding your brain, it changes everything. You're no longer just trying to feel better. You're literally becoming a new person at the level of your neurons and synapses. And this is just the beginning. As you continue this practice of self-focus, as you strengthen these new neural networks, you're not just changing your brain, you're changing your entire reality. Let me tell you exactly what happens when you change your morning ritual. Most people wake up and immediately check their phone, turning on their stress response before they even get out of bed. But you're going to do something different. You're going to wake up and create elevated emotions before your feet hit the floor. Here's the exact process. When you first wake up, your brain is still in theta waves, the same state you experience just before falling asleep. This is crucial because in theta, your subconscious mind is wide open to programming. It's the perfect time to install new thoughts, new beliefs, new possibilities into your brain. Start by lying still. Place your attention on your heart, not the physical organ, but the energy center in the middle of your chest. Breathe slowly, deeply. As you breathe into your heart, begin generating emotions of gratitude. Not just thinking about gratitude. This isn't positive thinking. This is positive feeling. And there's a massive difference. That you generate genuine gratitude, your heart sends signals to your brain that begin changing your brain chemistry. Your body releases oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, not from anything outside of you, but simply from this internal focus. This is how you start breaking the addiction to external circumstances for your well-being. Now, while maintaining this elevated emotional state. Begin to envision your future. But here's the key. You're not just visualizing it, you're feeling it as if it's happening right now. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's happening in your environment and what's happening in your mind. When you combine clear intention with elevated emotion, you're literally programming your subconscious mind with new information. This is where repetition becomes crucial. Every time you repeat this process, you're strengthening these neural networks. It's like creating a new highway in your brain. The first time you do it, it's like cutting through dense jungle. But each time you repeat it, that path becomes clearer, stronger, more established. Let me give you the exact sequence. After generating gratitude, move into feelings of joy, excitement, wonder, whatever elevated emotions resonate with you. Hold these emotions while you see yourself living as the person you're becoming. See yourself making different choices, responding differently to challenges, living from this new state of being. But here's what most people miss. You have to stay in this state long enough for your body to start believing it's real. 5 minutes isn't enough. You need at least 20, 30 minutes of sustained focus. This is how you begin to overcome the body's addiction to past emotions. You're literally reconditioning your body to a new mind. During this time, your brain is releasing proteins that begin building new neural networks. These proteins are like construction workers in your brain, creating new pathways based on these new thoughts and emotions. The longer you maintain this state, the stronger these new networks become. Remember, your thoughts are electric, your feelings are magnetic. When you combine clear intention with elevated emotion in this morning practice, you're creating an electromagnetic signature that begins to attract new possibilities into your life. This isn't mystical thinking, it's physics. As you end your morning ritual, take a moment to feel profound gratitude for this new version of yourself. Feel it as if the changes have already happened. Your subconscious mind will begin to accept this new programming as reality. Throughout your day, return to these elevated emotions whenever you can. Each time you do, you're reinforcing these new neural networks. This morning ritual isn't just about starting your day well. It's about systematically reconditioning your mind and body to a new way of being. Every morning when you do this, you're not just having a nice meditation. You're literally rebuilding your brain, rewriting your emotional patterns, and reprogramming your subconscious mind. This is how lasting change happens, not through willpower or forcing yourself to think positive thoughts, but through this systematic process of combining elevated emotions with clear intention, repeating it until it becomes your new normal. This is how you become supernatural, by making the unknown known, by making the invisible visible, by turning possibility into reality through this precise morning practice. Let me tell you something extraordinary about your brain that most people don't know. Your brain is making new synaptic connections right now, forming patterns that have never existed before in the universe. When scientists looked at people who consistently practiced mental rehearsal, they found something astonishing. The brain doesn't distinguish between doing something physically and doing it mentally with emotional intensity. Think about this. Every time you mentally rehearse a new way of being, thinking, or acting, while in an elevated emotional state, your brain builds new neural networks as if you're actually having that experience. This isn't just visualization. This is creating new circuitry in your brain. You're literally installing new neurological hardware. Here's what's happening in your brain during this process. When you combine clear intention with elevated emotion, your neurons start firing in new sequences. And as the saying goes in neuroscience, neurons that fire together wire together. But here's the key. most people miss. You have to sustain this new thinking long enough for your brain to start building new connections. Most people try to change, but they give up too soon. They don't understand that their body has become addicted to their old emotional states. Your body is like a chemical factory, producing feelings based on your habitual thoughts. When you start thinking differently, your body initially fights back. It wants those familiar emotional chemicals. This is why change feels uncomfortable at first. But here's the breakthrough. Through sustained mental rehearsal, you can break these emotional addictions. Every time you practice being your future self, every time you rehearse new responses to old situations, you're not just thinking differently, you're physically changing your brain's wiring. You're creating new neural networks while weakening the old ones. That this process of neural plasticity is like carving a new path through a forest. The first time is the hardest, but each time you walk that path, it becomes clearer, more defined, easier to follow. This is exactly what's happening in your brain when you consistently practice mental rehearsal. The secret is sustainability. You can't just do this for a few minutes and expect lasting change. You need to hold these new thoughts and elevated emotions for at least 20-30 minutes. This gives your brain enough time to start building new synaptic connections. It's like giving your brain's construction crew enough time to lay down new neural pathways. When you combine this understanding of neuroplasticity with emotional elevation, something magical happens. Your brain starts producing new proteins that build new neural networks. These networks are like new software programs in your brain, creating new ways of thinking, feeling, and being. Think about learning to play piano. At first, it's difficult. You have to think about every note, but with practice, your brain builds neural networks that make playing automatic. The same principle applies to changing your thoughts and emotions. Through sustained mental rehearsal, what once felt impossible becomes your new normal. This is why I'm so passionate about teaching people the power of mental rehearsal. You're not just changing your thoughts, you're physically rebuilding your brain. Every time you practice being your future self, every time you rehearse new responses to old triggers, you're strengthening these new neural pathways while the old ones begin to fade. Remember, your brain is constantly changing. The question is, are you directing this change, or is it happening by default? Through conscious mental rehearsal combined with elevated emotions, you become the architect of your own brain's evolution. This isn't just change, this is transformation at the cellular level. The most powerful state you can achieve isn't through force or willpower, it's through coherence. When your brain waves synchronize, when your heart and brain align, you enter a state that scientists are just beginning to understand. This is where true creation happens, where you can affect the quantum field itself. Let's talk about coherent brain states. When you're stressed, anxious, or scattered, your brain waves are chaotic. But when you learn to focus your attention, something remarkable happens. Your brain waves begin to synchronize. Different parts of your brain start working together in harmony. This isn't just relaxation. This is your brain operating at its highest potential. Here's what's even more fascinating. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that's 5,000 times stronger than your brain's field. When you bring your attention to your heart while maintaining clear intention, you create what scientists call heart-brain coherence. This isn't just a nice feeling, it's a measurable state where your heart's rhythms synchronize with your brain waves. In this coherent state, something extraordinary happens. Your body shifts from producing stress hormones to producing healing chemicals. Your DNA starts receiving and transmitting information differently. You move from particle to wave, from matter to energy, from human to supernatural. This is where quantum physics meets consciousness. In the quantum field, everything exists as waves of possibility until it's observed. When you enter a coherent state, when your heart and brain synchronize, you become a more powerful observer. You're no longer just sending out scattered signals to the field. You're broadcasting a clear, coherent signal of what you want to create. Think about tuning a radio. When you're between stations, all you hear is static. And that's what most people's energy looks like. Scattered, unfocused, full of interference. But when you achieve coherence, it's like tuning perfectly to a station. Your signal becomes clear, strong, unmistakable to the quantum field. This is why meditation isn't just about relaxation. It's about achieving a state of such clarity, such coherence, that you can affect the field itself. When you maintain this state while holding a clear intention, you're no longer trying to make things happen through force. You're creating from a state of pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is where all possibility exists. It's the 0-point field where everything is connected, where information flows freely. When you access this field in a state of coherence, you're no longer bound by the limitations of your past. You're creating from infinite potential. The key is maintaining this coherent state long enough for the field to respond. Most people popped in and out of coherence, never staying long enough to create real change. But when you learn to sustain this state, when you can hold clear intention while maintaining heart-brain coherence, you become a powerful creator in the quantum field. This isn't mystical thinking. It's cutting-edge science. Researchers have measured these coherent states, documented their effects on DNA, on healing, on creation itself. When you understand this, when you really get that your consciousness affects the field and the field affects matter, everything changes. You stop trying to change things in the physical world through force and effort. Instead, you learn to change them at the level of energy and information. You become what quantum physicists call an observer creator, someone who can affect reality itself through the power of coherent consciousness. This is your natural state. This is what you're capable of when you learn to align your heart and brain, when you access the quantum field from a state of pure consciousness. This is how you become supernatural, by understanding and applying the laws of energy and consciousness to create the life you truly desire. Your transformation isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice of becoming someone new. Think about this. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can run the same programs that have created your past, or you can install new programs that will create your future. Let me tell you exactly what this looks like. Every single day, you need to practice disconnecting from your old self. That person who gets triggered easily, who lives in survival mode, who keeps recreating the past, that's not who you really are. That's just a program running in your brain and body. Here's the daily practice. Start your day before your day starts you. This means waking up early enough to do your inner work before the world demands your attention. Sit in silence, focus on your breath. Begin to observe your thoughts without getting caught in them. This is crucial. You're learning to separate yourself from the thinking process itself. As you observe your thoughts, notice how many of them are just recordings from the past. Notice how your body wants to fall into familiar emotional states. This awareness is the first step to freedom, because once you can observe these patterns, they begin to lose their power over you. Now, here's where most people go wrong. They try to change while staying connected to their past self. But transformation requires a complete break from who you used to be. This means practicing being your future self every single day, even when, especially when, your body wants to return to its familiar patterns. Consistency is absolutely vital. You can't meditate once and expect to transform. You can't practice these principles occasionally and expect real change. Your body has been practicing being your old self for years. It takes sustained daily practice to install new programs, to create new neural networks, to become someone new. Think about learning a new language. You wouldn't expect to become